Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's Aaliyah. You can call me Bia. In today's video, it's going to be a little, well, I can't even say more raw and authentic because I feel like I've already been pretty raw and authentic. But I'm not doing well. And not that I feel the need to document it, but I'm not doing well, and I feel that I'm on the brink of a come up, if you will. Like, I'm so close to reaching like this glow up state. I'm just not there yet. So I felt like I needed to document this journey, one, so I can motivate myself to actually continue on with the journey, and two, so I can see my progress. You know, I can look back in a month from now and be like, wow, look where I started. I was really unhappy. I wasn't doing anything to help myself. And now a month later, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. That's really what I'm here for, and like why I want to make this video. I also want to use this as like a form of motivation for other people to like who are in the stage of admitting to themselves that like, I'm not happy where I am. I need to make a change so that I can encourage other people to make that change. I've cried about this. I've crashed out about this several times before deciding that now is the time to actually make the change. It is December 2nd, 2025. Yesterday on December 1st is when I decided it was time to make the change. December 2nd is the day that I'm starting. And you know, you could say, oh, Aaliyah, you should have started on December 1st. You know, it's the first of the month. Blah, 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 blah. There's no timeline for growth. Okay? Clock that. There is no timeline for growth. There is no right or wrong starting point. There is no right way or wrong way to start. A small step toward your goals is a start. That is already a change. You see what I'm saying? So it's December 2nd and I'm starting today. Okay? I will say, big change that I've made once I turned 24. It wasn't the day that I turned 24 like I had told myself it would be. But a few days after I turned 24, I decided to stop vaping. So I quit vaping, and I haven't vaped in almost a month now, and I'm honestly really proud of myself. I don't feel so different because I didn't always own a vape or like have it in my possession. I definitely didn't always have it in my possession, and when I did, like I would hit it a lot, but I wouldn't usually own one or have one at home with me. It would be like on weekends or in social settings is when I would be vaping, but I quit. I'm done doing that because I'm 24 and that is not something that I want to carry into this year. The future years. I think that it's, for me, a really ugly quality that I had was like, oh, she needs a vape when she's drunk. She needs a vape on the weekend. Oh, where's my vape? Where's my vape? Waking up in the middle of the night. Where's my vape? Where's my... Not something that, like, I don't like that. I didn't like that about myself. I honestly thought it was really ugly. So it took a lot. I've been hitting a vape since I was probably I was definitely addicted when I was 19. Definitely always bought a vape. Always had one. So yeah, that's 5 years that I've been vaping, and that's enough for me. Okay, that is plenty of time. It also causes infertility, which I don't need. So there's a lot that comes with vaping, but I quit. So I'm really proud of myself for that. But along with that, there are so many other changes that I want to make. There's so many other things that I know that I can do to help better myself every day that I want to start. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some goals that I wrote down that I want to accomplish, or things that I want to start doing that are working toward a bigger goal. Now, one of my categories is health, and I don't have like a health goal of like, I guess I do. Like, I do have a health goal, weight. I do have a weight goal, and that is because I've recently also, as much as I've quit vaping, I have put on a lot of weight, and that is something, yes, for me, it has been a lot of weight. And that is not something that I'm proud of, because it is not because of X, Y, and Z. It is simply because I have stopped moving my body. I've stopped exercising, and that is something that I don't like about myself. Once again, something that needs to change. I don't move my body enough as I should. For a body that I say that I love and I take care of, I don't do much taking care of it. And because of that, I'm having a hard time loving it. You see? So, I need to start moving my body. But when I talk about health, like I do have a weight goal, but not like a body shape goal. You know, I want to be lean. I want to be more fit. I want to be able to move my body without being out of breath. But these aren't like goals that like are so tangible. It's more so long-term goals that are going to have benefits, that have health benefits that are going to benefit me further down the line. So anyway, in my handy dandy journal, I wrote down a few things that I want to work on and goals that I have that I want to see myself achieve for my mental health, because that's been suffering a lot due to me not moving my body, gaining weight, being financially irresponsible, being in financial distress, just a lot of things that I haven't been doing that I could be doing to help myself, knowing myself as well as I do. So I also want to keep in mind that I have high functioning depression, which means that I can do a lot. Like I can carry on my day-to-day life. Even if my depression is eating away at me, I'll still get up, I'll still shower, I'll brush my teeth, I'll get ready for the day. I might even put on makeup. I'll get a cute outfit on, but I'm feeling like absolute garbage and shit and ass inside. I'll still do it because it's high functioning depression. You know, you have not a lot of motivation. You have enough motivation to get you up out of the day, but your depression can still be really, really, really bad. Okay. So, I have high functioning depression, like I said, and I've been in a depressed era lately. So, these goals are small goals that feel tangible to me and feel like I can accomplish them I can start tomorrow or I can start today. And I won't feel like, oh my God, like this is so hard. You know, like telling myself, okay, starting this week, I'm going to start going to the gym 5 times a week. I haven't been to the gym in months. I'm going to give myself a grace period. Start slow. That's my plan for this. So if these goals are like, girl, like you haven't done that, the answer is no. I haven't been doing that. And I'm being really honest in this video. So these are things that I want to start doing for myself to look better, feel better, and be better. So starting off with health. One of my goals is to walk or take 10 steps a day. 10 steps a day. That's pretty much been my workout routine for the past few months. 10K steps a day. That is my goal. I would like to walk 10K steps a day to get in enough walking. I also have a dog, which I thought that having a dog would get me outside more. Having a dog, I'm so lazy when it comes to my dog. Like, I'm so lazy. Like, I thought that I'd be like, oh, yes, let's go walk. But now it's like, oh my God, like, I'm so lazy. But anyway, we're getting out of this funk. We're getting out of this lazy period, and we're using the dog as an excuse to get outside and get some sunlight because we're very limited on our sunlight these days. So 10K steps a day. And I said, in the same breath, I would like to get at minimum a 15-minute walk a day. So this can be with or without the dog. Most likely with the dog because otherwise, again, lack of motivation. I need motivation. He's a motivator. He needs to go outside. I'll get outside. He can't walk himself. I'll have to walk him. 15 minutes a day. That's around the block. And now I have different walk lengths depending on what street I go down. The 15-minute walk is the longest walk. And then I have an hour-long walk. There are different routes to take that lead to different outcomes, you know? So anyway, next, I want to stop adding sugar to my coffee. I know it seems like, again, a small goal, but these are goals that, again, are tangible to me. Stop adding sweetener to my coffee. That means not getting a caramel iced latte or getting a caramel iced coffee, but getting just a nice coffee, just a nice latte. I like the flavor of espresso. I like the flavor of coffee. I don't need to add this added sugar. It's unnecessary, and it is not good for you. It's just not good. It's not healthy, and it's unnecessary. So we're done with that. We're cutting that out. Also, another small thing that I need to stop doing is snacking. Now, snacking is already in and of itself a pretty bad habit. But what I do that is such a bad habit that I need to admit and I need to stop and I need to hold myself accountable is at night, I'll be in bed. It will be so late. I might even wake up say I fall asleep at 8, Asher wakes me up because he needs to pee, and now I'm waking up at midnight. I am going to go get that snack. I'll admit, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I might go get a snack. And that is something that I hate about myself. It is so embarrassing to admit, but that is something that I do frequently. Like almost every single day, I will get a midnight snack. So now, this brings us to our next goal, is brushing my teeth every night. I don't brush my teeth every night because I know I'm going to have a snack anyway. So it's like, I'm going to eat, a fucking chocolate bar and then go to bed and not brush my teeth because, I needed that chocolate bar. No, we're prioritizing brushing our teeth over that snack. We're making that small flip of where our priorities lie. They lie in dental hygiene versus needing a snack. I don't need that snack, but I need my teeth. So I just need to make that small change. And, again, it's so small, but something that I really need to work on. And adding on to brushing my teeth at night is also flossing. Needs to get more into that. It's almost embarrassing, like I said, to admit the things that, I fall short on, but this is my reality, and this is where I'm at, and this is why I'm making this video, to see where I can be. So, next, I have I'll move on to my YouTube goals. My goal, I have, varying length lists. Health was definitely the longest. But my YouTube goals are to create a schedule to follow, to film and edit. I just confirmed my new schedule between now and January, between now and the end of the year, and hopefully moving into the new year, my new work schedule. So now I know how much I'm going to be working and how much money I'll be making, this and the other. So how much money I'm making has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I know my work schedule, so now I can form my YouTube schedule around that, which makes it a lot easier because before I was up in the air and I was still figuring things out with one of my jobs, but I've now settled down to having 2 jobs, which is much more comfortable, and I have plenty of free time now, which is great. So yeah, I just need to create a schedule to edit and film. That again, I want to wait until I get my new iPad to do that because I want to edit on my iPad. I just have this vision, and I'm being very nitpicky about it, but I'm going to create a schedule when the time comes. But that is one of my goals. This isn't a goal this all needs to get done today. Like I said, this can be a goal for a month from now, or something I'm going to start soon. I just was brain dumping when I made this list. Also, another goal that I set that I feel is tangible is to film and post 1 TikTok a week. If I post 2, if I post 5, if I post 7, if I post every single day of the week, that's great. 1 a week, bare minimum. Simple, right? We're starting at the bare minimum. Simple. 1 TikTok a week. That's it. Next, moving on to my next category, we have finances. Now, I am an overspender. I need to get better at this. I'm not ready to really talk about money on camera. That's something that I really keep private. I don't know, not something I'm really comfortable with talking about. But something I want to get more comfortable talking about because I want to relate to other people who are in similar financial situations, but not there yet. But anyway, I want to save. I get paid bi-weekly by one of my jobs, weekly by my other. When I get my bi-weekly checks, I want to save a certain amount of money. I want to put $200 into my savings account so that I can have that stored away every 2 weeks. My last 2 are relationships and mental health. For relationships, my goal, what I want to talk to my girlfriend about, is to spend 1 hour a week with her uninterrupted, no phones, no FaceTime with other friends, no, being on TikTok and just being in each other's presence. I want to be there, even if we're just spending an hour watching an episode of a show or watching a movie, just conscious time that we're spending together and we're just talking, or just being together, even if we're not really talking, if we're watching something or playing a game, something like that. I want to start spending more intentional time with her, and I think that that's a good, small, tangible goal. We already spend, every weekend together, so why not just put our phones down and try that? Not that we're both, ever, stuck to our phones the whole time we're together, but, we'll both because we spend the whole weekend together, end up on TikTok for a period of time, or like end up on Instagram, you know? We'll end up on social media at some point, or we'll end up on FaceTime with friends. Like, you get the point. Not lastly at all, another goal of mine, tangible, super easy, is FaceTime my friends once a week. Now, I have this group chat, Christina and two of my closest friends, and my goal is just to hop on that FaceTime call that's naturally going to come in once a week and be on there for even 5 minutes. That's a phone call with my friends. That's me talking to my friends, catching up, hearing about their day, knowing what they have going on. It's just 5 minutes of my day. It could be 10 minutes. It could end up being 2 hours for all I know. Either way, it's just catching up and staying in touch with my friends is something that's really important to me. So definitely something that I want to work more at. Lastly, for my mental health, my last category, I need to continue taking my meds every day. I'm on a few medications, and all in which are very important to my mental stabilization. My mental stability, that's the word. So I want to make sure that I'm taking my medicine every single day, and I'm holding myself accountable, because if I don't take my meds every day, or I skip like 2 days, I will naturally like have a crash out. Like, that's just like how it goes. And with BPD, like, a crash out can be like really simple. Like, I split and like it's fine, or I split and it's really bad. So there's like really no in between. But to avoid that, because it doesn't feel good for me. Yesterday, I had a really bad day because I was feeling really overwhelmed, was feeling all the emotions, was feeling like I was on the verge of splitting, but I wasn't going to. Like, just that feeling you get when everything's overwhelming. I literally hate that feeling. That's how I felt. And that is because I hadn't been consistent with my meds. That is something I cannot do. It feels awful. So that is why that is one of my goals, which is very tangible, because it's like really just have a pill container, just pop them every day. But just getting more consistent with that and being more mindful. The next two are about therapy. I want to make sure that I'm marking my calendar with each therapy appointment that I make, so I remember that I have it, and also setting a reminder on my phone, because I tend to schedule them on Saturday mornings, forget what time, and I'll miss them because I'll sleep in, or I'll be at Christina's, or she'll be here and we'll be doing something, X, Y, and Z. I'll end up missing my appointment, and then I'll be like, oh shit, like I need a therapy appointment, and now she's not available till 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, and then I'm fucked. So start marking ways to remember when my therapy appointments are. And lastly, I just need to work on setting my therapy appointments at reasonable times during the day. If it's on a Saturday, 11 or 12 like in the morning, in the early afternoon, that works for me. 10 a.m., 9 a.m. is not going to work. If I happen to sleep in, or if I drink on Friday and I don't want to wake up at 8:30 for an appointment at 9, I'm not going to. And I'm going to miss it. So just being realistic and reasonable with myself, that's where I'm starting. I'm starting really small, and I'm working from the ground up, because I, again, am not very satisfied with where I am, and I need to make small changes in order to get there. So, yeah, those are my goals, and this is the beginning of my journey. I hope you stick with me and watch me go through this journey, and I hope this serves as inspiration for you, because, yeah, I don't know, I hope that there are other people who are also going on this journey with me, so I don't feel as alone. But for whatever brings you here, thank you, and thank you for watching. I'm really excited for this journey to actually like be happy and be satisfied with myself again, because I do not feel that right now. So yeah, let's start this journey together, and let's document it, and let's become better people together. Yay to 24, and yay to new beginnings. I know I'm a month late. I turned 24 last month, almost exactly a month ago, but there's no timeline for change. All right, see you later.